Good evening, guys. It's 6:58 p.m. Today is Monday, and so let's start with the pre-market notes. Okay. So I did not do the Friday's end of the video because I was busy. My daughter was moving to college, so I was busy. But now it broke my link basically. So now I don't want to record it Friday's video. Go back and do all this thing. So we'll just forget that video. So let's start with today's video, right? So let's walk you through the pre-market notes, right? So story is simple today as well as so it retained, right, as well, right? So short-term buyers are now at the last step of taking out mid-term sellers if there is a strong push up and price goes higher. This is the do or die situation now. Okay, so Friday's high and closing are very important for buyers to take out for further up rally, right? So Friday's closing and high, okay, remember that. Fail to take those out, taking those numbers out and fail to hold above equal to sellers may become active intraday. However, those sellers are reactionary as long as price is holding above preferred and backup buyers area, right? So in a way I am saying that preferred and buyers backup area above, buyers have a control. All they have to do is push through these areas to show their dominance. If not, then maybe some sellers will be active, intraday. So some scalping opportunities, but this is the buyer's dominance, above this area. Level to level trading, 49.50 is important, right? 49 to 49.50 in ES, NQ 440 to 460. Hold above and for further higher up move, right? Pretty much they held it, right? Before in the pre-market around 9 o'clock, price came there, right? And it bounced from it, right? So that's the first clue. But it was pre-market and entire night it stayed above it, and somehow in pre-market it just came there, right? So that was a decision point at that point, but it held it, and then price moved higher. So it proved its point basically. Buyers proved their point, and then after that it did not come back, right? So and it is important for sellers to hold below Globex high, so Globex high was wherever it was at that time, right? So 77 or so, right? The moment it broke above, simple, buyers are in more control. Russell is all about this area, right? So I did not check Russell today. Gold and crude also I did not check today. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about this. 545, 521, this area became the low of the day. Dream numbers are very, very important. So I might have put it somewhere, maybe in Discord, somewhere I put it. Dream numbers are important. Somewhere I put it, okay, but anyway, in Discord I put it. So dream numbers are important. Today they were important too, very important. So this area became the low of the day, and you can see it. There are 4 or 5 trials to break below this, and price failed. Sellers failed basically. So this dotted lines are dream number, right? 545. So for opening, there was a long setup here, right? If you want to take it, right? So, but then you can only target this to begin with, right? You can't target more. And if all you have to do trail stopping, Then now hold on. Before that, these comments, right? Friday's good are acting as overnight support today, right? Preferred buyers area is way below. 440, 460 held it in pre-market. This area was above, buyers are confirming kind of area, right? And if the buyers may flip midterm, right? And then price may go to 650 or 750. Price is all the way up to 700 now, right? It's only 50 points away. Yes, break below this, below that is a bonus for sellers. Preferred buyers area also, right? So this was the key area as I talked about in pre-market note, right? See, I did not publish the pre-market note at 9 o'clock. I published pre-market note at 7 o'clock, somewhere around here, right? And where price was already above this area, not here, right? But still I put 49 as a key area, not this, okay? And then above this, buyers have a control, right? Intraday also during this time I said 64 and 73 are the keys, these two levels. And then you can see it when price was here. I said 64 is a key and 73, right? And you can see it from here, it came to 66, right? And then it went higher, then it came down close to 64. See, then it held it. See, this was the sign. I put the note here, and when it came to 64 at that point and then held it, this was the sign. NQ at the time came third or fourth time here, right? So here I said NQ in Discord right around this time. I said NQ, day is screwed up. I said day is screwed up. Somewhere around here I said day is screwed up, and I also said that 545 dream number either is going to hold it or his price is going to crack through it and go down, right? So because it was like fourth attempt, and then here it held it, right? So and then it went higher. So there is no trading in this area, but you have to just watch, right? So what happened, right? So ES was clear cut, right? So ES pretty much holding this VWAP and made, right? So it was a confluence area. So from here, if you bought it, price came down, right? Then when you see it, it went to 64, and then it came back up, right? And then took out this area again. Now you are ready to go long right here, and then hold it to 4300 or 4320. That is, those were the targets. I put it in Discord, right? So that was the trade, or you can take it in the pre-market, or after open right around here, when it broke out about 68, right? But this was a risky behavior. Ideally I prefer price to go above, hold it, then go long, or second trial, right? So here you can make a case, right? Because of NQ, dream number, and this confluence area, right? You can take a long here, but just looking at the overnight, it was stepping down. It does not make sense for me to go long here. I rather wait for price to go higher, pull back here, or later on if I see something like this, then I may have gone long right here. Confirmation based long, not like aggressive longs. Okay, so that was the story for ES. However, in pre-market, yes, you could have gone long here. It was a 50% probability at that time, right? Either it's gonna hold it or not. So that was a pre-market long here, because it was a key area if you want to go long. Now NQ, first time long here, VWAP, mid, confluence area, you can go long here, right? You can bail out here because this area was clean, right? So you bail out here or trail stopping, right? Then price went higher, correct? Now it does not make sense to go long here. It's too aggressive. You can't do aggressiveness nowadays, right? So then I said it needs to come back, 570. That is the key area now here when it was coming down, right? So it held it here, like here, right? But then it sliced through it, right? Some news, 10 o'clock, some housing index or whatever, some news was there, right? Then it went down, right? Due to the news, right? So then it came down right here on due to this red line. You can say that, and can argue that, but overall buyers in control. And then here the idea is if it breaks through it, pull back, you short. But because then buyers had enough opportunity to go higher, they failed, and if it goes below, you short, right? Target this. But that never happened. Buyers again defended it, right? Then you are watching it, because now you really cannot trade in this garbage. Okay, so you are watching it. Then what happened? Price again took out this area right here, right? But then immediately fell back, correct? So it's a kind of a failed breakout, fine. Then again tried it, again failed, correct? So one candle close, immediately below, close below, right? So there is no opportunity here. Then here again it went down, right? It was holding this area, correct? But now we can't trade this area because it already tested one here. Second time we should not be testing this area again and again. So now we have to wait for a new opportunity. We can't just go long blindly here hoping that buyers will hold it, right? There is no hope here. So then what happened? Then price again went higher, right? Again this area held it, right? And then again it came down, fine. Then again what happened? Then again this area held, right? Even this area 64 held, correct? Then again went higher. Now this time also same thing, it may come down too, right? So you can't go long, but now you are watching it. So look my long location here, right? So and then again red candle as usual like this, right? But this time it held this above these two lines completely. See, up to this point it never held it above after it came down, right? See here it held it. This time now sellers are done. At least it will go back to this area, So and that is what essentially it did. The moment you see this up, you go long right here. Right? At the same time you can go long in ES, right? Then it went higher. This time it sliced through the red line, right? and now your stop has to be below this red line if you are trail stopping, right? And then you hold it 650, that's your target, you're done. This is a bonus time, right? So this one you can't expect it here, because price may pull back here somewhere, right? So you hold it, right? You have to watch for some signs, right? So here, so look, this low came down, couldn't reach this low, right? Then it went higher, came down, went higher, came down. Now you have a balance, right? And then during this, again, every down attempt, right? AD did not buzz here, so buyers are holding it. Then you see the breakout, right? Again price went higher, came back here, it held it, pop up, you go long. Simple, you know, target 700 and you're done. See? So that was the story for NQ. It's all levels, you can see it. 650 held, right? 700 reacted here, see that? To the dot almost, right? That was our level, to the dot. Then this also, red line, right? Not to the dot, but yes, 1 or 2 candle, but within 1 5-minute candle it came up and down, right? So failed test. Here also same thing, green numbers are very, very powerful, right? So, but overall it was buyers day today, you know, not sellers. Yes, same thing, right? So, and so now, so that story is done here. So now let me talk about Mboxwave. Mboxwave, right? So now you know these were the dream numbers. If you already watched the previous part of this video, then these were my dream number, powerful numbers, right? So, and you can see there is 1, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, you know, multiple tests it held it, right? And then you can also see here, see, look, forget about the levels now, okay? I don't want to talk about my levels here, right? Because I'm talking about Mboxwave, right? So the first thing you notice is this, right? So price took out entire Friday's buying pretty much, right? That was the first good sign, correct, for buyers. This was overnight range. It just broke through it with this X control dot, right? With this buying. So at least at this point, you know the buyers are in control, right? About these two areas, simple, right? Then it pulled back to here, right? So after breaking out this, it pulled back. Now this is not a good sign actually to go long here. You know? Now if you know the importance of the levels, then yes. Otherwise, based on Mboxwave, it is too much move down. You know, ideally, if it breaks higher, it should have held it here and then go higher. You know? This was just too much move down, right? And there was no signal here either, right? So there was no long here. Then price went higher, right? Now looking at this, you may incline, you know, to go long here. So yes, it's a valid signal. You know, you have to zoom it down to lower time frame to find out a signal here, but it's a valid signal, you know. But you know, you're paying too much aggressive price here. Going long at 608, it's very strong aggressive price, you know. So because now buyers are, it's like overall price is ready to get some pullbacks, you know. So this is like way aggressive price. I wouldn't go long, but yes, it was a valid signal. You can take a breakout, but then you know it didn't give you anything here, right? So but anyway, so then it came down, right? Again, see this, that's why remember I said this is too much down move, I wouldn't go long. Look at this, why price came down here, see that second test of this area, right? So I would not go long, I would go no short either, right? Now first time here I would go long based on my levels, which I did actually, right? But second time I would not go long, I would wait. And then when price went higher, right, there is a pullback algo, correct? And now you can make a case that hey, this thing is gone, right? And then you may do a short here, right, based on Mboxwave, like here, you know, like this, correct? So now because this selling, right, and this pullback, and now you can assume this failed breakout happened here, right, and there is a pullback, but I wouldn't short here either. Why? Because I'm a contextual person. Contextually, buyers are in control above all this area, you know? So there is no short. Even though if you look for short, there is no short here, even though it's visible through the signal, but it is not. You have to wait for a price to flush out this entire area, you know, with lots of supply. Then you can think about short only at pullback, not with the flow, right? So yes, it was a good short, not that great short because price was in the middle, but you can make a case for the short, but it is not advisable contextually, right? So I would avoid it. Then what happened? Then price came down again to this area. This time is 83. See, now I am interested in this area based on Mboxwave, 83, 21, right? And then you can see this thing. See these things? See, not enough supply, not enough selling. See that? Clear divergence, right? Clear divergence. Now I am ready to go long right here, anywhere. Now if you zoom down, maybe 1 minute will give you a clue. See, multiple attempts, right? This time you can see the delta was 243, correct? Not that great, correct? But it was good enough. There was a signal, but then you can see it here. There was a divergence. This was divergence, right? And then price went higher with this signal, right? And then you can see this pullback algo plus 37, right? So this was the time based on the 1 minute to go long, which was around 600 to 598, right? Which is right around here. See that? And then you can manage it, correct? That's it. So that was your Mboxwave related longs, and level based long too. Actually, it broke above this area, right? These two levels, so it was long too, right? That'll be all.